You are watching EKALAVYA Media Vision.
Shri Rama 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 Shri Rama Bhadra Jaya Shri Rama Rama Rama.
Namaskaram. I am SWAMI THIRUNAL. My mission is to lead you in a voyage from illusion to reality. I am taking your hand and walking through the path of Ramayana from today. You should have noticed one thing. In our title, it is written, if you haven't learned Ramayana, you are not a Hindu. That's not an exaggerated statement. You may say, of course, I have read the story of Ramayana. Or even say, sometimes I have recited. I usually used to sit near my grandmother when I was a very young boy. And I listened to Ramayana's recitation. But that's not enough. Ramayana is the greatest book written in the world because it contains all the spiritual secrets of India. The great master SWAMI has written this book using perfect symbolism. And if you understand those symbols, you will be thunderstruck to know that such immense spiritual knowledge is there in Ramayana. It's a wonderful book, relevant all the time. It is the journey of a thug, a criminal, from the lowest ebb of morality to the highest spiritual growth. So it is very, very important that you learn Ramayana. Reading Ramayana and seeing films in Ramayana or giving your ear to recitation of Ramayana isn't enough. You have to understand the symbols. So my intention is to lead you through the symbols of Ramayana, because this is a Ramayana year throughout India, maybe sometimes throughout the world also. This month is celebrated with a book in hand, and that is Ramayana. I will try to explain the meaning of symbols, and then you have to sit and ponder over it, think over it. And then you have to apply the theories bestowed by our great rishis for the development of our spiritual life. So these two books are very important, Ramayana and Mahabharata. I am sure that almost all the Hindus would have heard about these two books. They have also come as serials. Actually, there are three books. One, Ramayana, two, Mahabharata, and three, Mahabhagavata. In Mahabharata, Vyasa discusses the nook and corner of Dharma. What is Dharma? How one should live upholding the principles of Dharma. That's what is described in Mahabharata through stories. And when you go through these stories, you yourself become a person eligible to walk in the path of Dharma. She explains different kinds of human endeavors by different characters, and through these characters, the movement of Dharma is seen. There is Bhagavan Sri Krishna in it, Dharmaputra, Arjuna, Bhima, so many people. And they all want to lead the life of Dharma, but naturally the errors happen in their life. And there we understand what is Dharma, how a society should flourish, how we should behave in the family, what principles should we uphold. All these things comes in Mahabharata. Bhagavata is a book of Krishna, and that's a book of love. Love towards God. How to reach God through love. That's what Bhagavatam teaches us. But Ramayana is entirely different. Ramayana is actually a technical book, but it is written so beautifully and wonderfully in a flawless nature that we will be carried away by the literal beauty of that poem. And definitely the characters impress us so much. But inside all the episodes, Vatmi has put the seeds of sadhana. How a man should reach God. That's the most important question, isn't it? The first question is there a God? Guru answers, yes. Can you see God? The Guru says, yes. Can I see God? That's the most important question. Then the answer is Ramayana. If you want to see God, if you want to transcend out of these senses, if you really want to have a knowledge of God, learn Ramayana. Learn all the symbols and apply all the rules that Vatmi has given in the Ramayana. Then definitely you will be in the path of sadhana or the way to God. Well, let us start with Valmiki. Valmiki is not his real name. That's a pseudonym, a pen name. His real life was that of a bandit, a criminal. The initial stages, he was a bandit. And at that time, his name was Ratnagaran. See, the paradox. The name is Ratnagaran, a man who holds a Ratna, the most precious thing in his hand. That's his real name. But unfortunately, that man becomes a plunderer. He is engaged in capturing things from other people, punishing other people, even killing other people for money. So that should be the lowest stage of human existence, isn't it? Pavame parapidanam. That's what Vyasa says. Paropagarame punyam, pavame parapidanam. So if you help another person, that is punya. That's the positive side. If you disturb another person, if you take revenge on another person, or you destroy another human being's life, his mind, his soul, whatever that is, then that is papa. Here, the writer himself is a papi. He's living in a forest and he's plundering the wealth of people who pass through this forest. But his name is Ratnagara. What is this? See, we are all Ratnagarans. We started this life as Ratnagarans, but we don't know that there is a Ratnam, very valuable stone in our hand. Ratnakara. The man who has a valuable Ratna in his hand is called Ratnagara. We are all Ratnagarans. We have got a spiritual potentiality in us, a spiritual nature, something beyond everything. We are owners of abundance of power, knowledge, wisdom. But unfortunately, we are living in this material world, trying to take things which gives us material pleasure. The spiritual nature is the Ratna, and the physical desires, prejudices, so many physical things that come to us. Yes, we are Ratnagaras. We are all potential geniuses. There's a lot of wisdom in us. There's a lot of kindness in us. There's a lot of powers hidden in our mind, in our subconscious. But unfortunately, we don't realize this. Then what do? We waste our life thinking of material glory, material wealth, material happiness, material pleasures and all that. And at the end of the day, when the death comes, you have nothing to offer to the death. And the death will say, your life in this world has failed. Sometimes you may say, I have got a big building in the city, in the center of the city, that's worth crores. Then the death will say, that has no value now. your fame, your money, the pleasures you had, the friends you had, and the publicity you attained, the celebrity status you have, all these things are desultory flittings. They have nothing of value. The death will ask, have you attained anything spiritually? You may have physical fitness, you may have emotional balance, you may have intellectual powers, intellectual achievements, you may be a great writer, a great artist, whatever that is, a great general, a great political leader. These things do not matter, because you have come to this world not to become a slave of the material things. You have come to this world to survive these things, not to sink in the sea. You have to swim across these worlds, detaching yourself to the sea, and the spiritual achievement that comes through this spiritual path is that what matters. If you haven't achieved anything spiritually, again you have to come to this world. Punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam. Again and again, death and birth and all this. So, if you say, I have gone to the temple many times, I have prayed to God. Okay, what did you pray? What did you pray to God? Have you ever prayed, oh God, give me spiritual strength, spiritual knowledge, give me the strength to come out of this maya, this illusion? And you will say, no. I have prayed for money, I have prayed for my children, I have lived as a good father, a very good mother, a brother, a sister, a great patriarch. All these things are good, great. But these things end when you close your eyes finally. But there is something in you that will follow you wherever you go. That will be a glorious halo around your head in all the 14 worlds. And that is spirituality. That is the Ratna that you have. If you are ready, let us go for a journey from illusion to reality, from darkness to light. Asatoma Sadgamaya, from the bad to the good. Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya, from the darkness to the light. Mrityorma Amrutam Gamaya, enter into that state of eternity, where you realize that you are not the body, your senses, but you are the great Jivatma, who is as powerful as the God. See? This is a door that opens for you to go into the next dimension of evolution. From Malsya, Kurma, Varaha, Narasimha, Vamana. Now you are standing as a Vamana. Mahabali is giving you all the material pleasures, unthinkable pleasures, and you are not ready to receive it. You want a place where you can sit and meditate and transcend from these material things. That's the part of evolution. Then, as a Vamana who is now a dwarf, then now you are a Vamana, only 3 feet high. But you will raise up into the cosmos by your spiritual power. That part is sadhana. And Ramayana teaches you to walk through the path of sadhana through very simple symbols. Now, the first symbol is Ratnakaran, the person who has a valuable Ratnam in his hand, but he doesn't know its value. Let's see what happens to Ratnakaran tomorrow. Thank you very much.